Ma'am, this brings me to the humanitarian argument, the best allegation of which I probably heard on. The Rohingyas are Chittagong. They have a historical right to return to Bangladesh.
Right.
We got plenty of Bangladeshis maids and their
Hmm.
rickshaw pullers husband all over India. The 2001 census disclosed that an estimated 3.1 million Bangladeshis live in India. They are not alone. We can't be sure, but some 4 million Nepalis live here too. Then why they are not deported or anything?
I think that's a long history because of there has been a history of sectarian violence in the Arakan region of Myanmar, and I think I'll attribute the origin to the Britishers, because mostly if you see historically the Britishers took from Chittagong area those migrant workers to Arakan area. So I think 1824 or something, the British took over Burma, then Burma, and all until 1947. It was under British India, and it was the British who asked the help from the Rohingyas in the World War II. In exchange, the Rohingyas were promised a separate Arakan state, which was not obviously given. And since they helped the Britishers, and so this Buddhist and their crisis started, and the sectarian violence, and that he talked about that Arakan Liberation Army and all. So there were kind of militant things that happened, and so there was this sectarian violence in Myanmar and all. So there was this fear, and then they fled from there. They are already, there is a huge number staying in Bangladesh, that Kutupalong area. What is this called? Yeah, Kutupalong area, plateau area. And but there also the Pakistani IS comes and trains them. So there is a fear, and the Indian government feels that they are a threat to security. Yes, when you see the women and children, are the women and children secure threat? No, they are not. They are, so there are a lot of women and children. So obviously we have to distinguish, like they are in the shelter homes or they're in a camp, they are not a threat. But problem happens when they are incorporated, they are given voter ID card and all those things, and demography shift happens. So that's we are scared of. And as I said, we cannot keep on having people that will really lead to all crises of resources in our own country. So there has to be a line drawn. Persecuted weapon, like case wise, merit to merit, case wise, people can be given citizenship, but not en masse like that. And now if the Bangladesh government has agreed to take them back with due procedures, even the Supreme Court said that with due procedures they can be sent back. And not only Rohingyas, there are a lot of illegal Bangladeshi migrants. Like, you don't like the word illegal, so we can use the word unauthorized. Because when we have a nation state, we cannot deny that we are a nation state with boundary. So each nation state has its boundary and all. There has to be some rules and regulations, otherwise it will be anarchy. If you let everybody come, so that will be anarchy. We cannot let that happen. So that's why these boundaries are there. And if those people are Bangladeshi immigrants, are also should be marked, and there should be due process. We are not saying that just rob them of all their human benefits, just treat them no. The Supreme Court itself has said that with due procedures send them back, and Bangladesh is ready to take them back. And UN should create pressure on Myanmar, because they originally they have been there for centuries. So India cannot take so much, then we will have our own crisis. We already have so much population. The government has to give food, work, employment to how many people it is possible to provide with. So even from that economic perspective, if you say, so we cannot let unauthorized, I will rather say, if you don't like the word illegal is because every country works within a legal framework.
Please like and subscribe.